According to last year's Ministry of Health findings, indications were that the teenage pregnancy trend in the last 5 years reduced by only 1% from 25% to 24%. This indicated that 1 out of 4 adolescent girls below age of 19 get pregnant.
We have issues like a stagnating teenage pregnancy trend, which stands at 24%. That essentially means that 1 in every 4 adolescents below the age of 19 gets pregnant, which is a very damning statistic. A slight change of 1% to 24%. So this calls us to double our efforts or triple them in ensuring that we reduce the prevalence of teenage pregnancies amongst adolescent girls.
Dr. Alan Kasozi, Senior Medical Officer, Division of Adolescents and School Health at the Ministry of Health, during the media breakfast meeting while addressing the current status of adolescent health in the country and the role of the media in addressing the problem, highlighted the most burdened district being in West Nile, Acholi sub-region, Rango sub-region, Bukedi, as well as Busoga, and a few cases in Bunyoro and Toro.
The most highly burdened districts of teenage pregnancies, as per our latest reports from last year, indicated that districts in West Nile, Acholi sub-region, Lango sub-region, Bukedi as well as Busoga, and a few isolated districts in Bunyoro, which is Hoima, and Toro, that is in Toroko and Bundibujo, contributed the highest number of teenage pregnancy.
He says that teenage pregnancy is risky because it comes with different complications such as criminal abortions, obstructed labor that leads to fistula.
Biggest complication here is that teenage pregnancy, once it occurs in a body that is not yet ready to conceive and indeed deliver a baby, it's going to come with a number of complications. And in this, we are talking about unintended, we're talking about criminal abortions, which are really unsafe, and all the attendant complications like overbleeding, sometimes leading up to a loss of lives of our young mothers. We also have complications like obstructed labor, which sometimes leads to fistula, what in Luganda we call okutonya.
He said this is the reason why it needs much attention and practical ways of reducing it among adolescent girls. Dr. Henry Mwebesa, Director General, Minister of Health, says that the government target is to reduce teenage pregnancy from 24% to 15% in 5 years by reviewing the strategies that have been used and why they have not worked.
In 5 years, you have reduced by 1, which means not only the committee but all of us, what we have done has not yielded much. So now we are saying, I think we need to reactivate all our strategies, not only the district committee on adolescent health, which is a multi-sectoral committee, and that's really the way to go. Because adolescent health issues and teenage pregnancy in particular cannot be addressed by one sector, as I said. We all must come in, from the parent, from the education, gender, religious leaders.
He revealed the need for stakeholders to support the Ministry of Health in Uganda to address teenage pregnancy, which is becoming a big burden.
We are all playing our role. It cannot be a role of the health sector alone. It cannot be a role of the schools alone. It cannot be a role of the sub-county chief alone, but all of us. And it must be sustained. It cannot stop today. We all must continue with it, and it must be a deliberate, sustained effort to make sure that we reduce at least this teenage pregnancy to less than 15%.
Minister of Health then recommends that all stakeholders and everyone with a role to play offer their full focus to this matter.
All stakeholders, all caregivers, all community gatekeepers, and everyone with a role to play against teenage pregnancy to make sure that you provide age-appropriate and culturally appropriate information to our young girls.
The issue of teen mothers is a challenge to all of us that we need to work together and bringing the family on board to support.
Julius Mamuza, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.